We are a bunch of teenagers that have been given the keys to a Lamborghini to go play with. So I started this production company back in high school. At that time, I didn't know that cars was basically the route I wanted to take with the kind of content I wanted to produce. My friend told me about car meets, and the one I came to was Cafe and Octane. I knew no one there. I was just basically walking around with a camera all by myself. But I was just looking to just create something that I didn't know what it was. When I was meeting more people, I had people that came to me that wanted to have their cars filmed, and that was really great. I started to get a lot of messages about doing rap videos, and it was hard at first because I was so used to filming subjects that don't have to be told what to do, and I can position cars wherever I want. That working with rappers is one of the worst things you could do with a production company. It's very messy stuff. People don't show up on time. Perfect example was I shot a video for Cody Shane. She's a big female rap artist here in Atlanta. The rappers were really attracted to that kind of look of these supercars that are slammed with these nice sexy wheels and all that stuff. They're throwing us money, so they just want to be treated like royalty as soon as they get on set. They don't care. They want us to basically roll out the red carpet. It's like, it's fine to show up late. So I told them, fine, it's no worries, we got this, we're all under control. At that point, they interrupted me and they said, instead of using the song that we had planned to, let's do this song. You know, we were seriously frustrated, but like, we're gonna make this happen. We have to make this happen, because if we don't, like, this is a huge artist. So we did a lot of performance takes, and you know, we were able to use the cars to the advantage, and it was great. I wasn't personally happy with how it turned out, because I didn't have enough time to really make, you know, the video that I was hoping to make. It wasn't something personally I enjoyed doing, considering all the things that come along with it and the problems that occur. So I wanted to jump back into automotive filmmaking, which was my hobby and something I enjoyed a lot. My next step was to come up with a video that was going to refresh my content back to what it used to be, which was car videos. My audience at first gravitated towards my content because of cars, and I wanted to take the next step in revitalizing that concept, in which I do, you know, car videos instead. I had known this guy named Matthew Kim. He had a Lamborghini Huracan, and I talked to him and said, hey, I'm looking to produce maybe like an advertisement or like some promotional video. They can say, look, I'm still doing car videos. And he was all about the idea. And he said, why don't you come by this office this week? And so I drove up to his office, and he was all over the idea. He thought it was going to be really great. So as we're talking, he mentions, let's go do this right now. I'm like, I didn't have a plan, but I knew what I was looking for. And he said, well, let me just give the keys to Ethan. He's driven his car before, but he's only used it to take photos. So I wasn't sure if this was a good idea, but I'm like, you know what? Since we have the opportunity, let's take it and run with it. In my mind, I'm going crazy. I'm like, this is fantastic. We're gonna be able to produce something that's really awesome. And so we go outside and we're looking at this car, and we're just baffled by the idea that we are a bunch of teenagers that have been given the keys to a Lamborghini to go play with. And I mentioned that I was really inspired by what Pennzoil had done with their, you know, Viper ACR videos. And my goal is to always push the limits of the equipment I have, basically showing people that you don't need all this crazy equipment to make such a cool video. I had just recently picked up this suction cup mount, and we were going to try some shots where, the car pulls up fast behind us and kind of stops and then swerves off. And we tried that a couple times. We took a look at the footage, and it was not what I had imagined it was going to turn out to be. So I said, you know what, screw this. We're going to do it like I used to been doing it, and just go handheld and, you know, run and gun the whole thing and just come up with whatever hits our minds. We were basically a bunch of teenagers dancing, cars around each other, just a couple feet from each other. Really crazy stuff, going like 60 miles an hour. I'm sure if the owner, Matthew Kim, saw us, he'd be sweating bullets right now, knowing what's going on. I have half of my body hanging out of this Dodge Dart, going 80 miles an hour, looking like a complete goofball. You know, Ethan was sitting in the Huracan. He was having a complete blast, being able to go on a joyride with half a tank of gas. And we blew a quarter and a half a tank of gas within just 40 minutes. We wanted to fill it up because we knew if he saw that, then obviously the car has been driven pretty hard that day, which it had been. We're trying out different shots where, you know, we'll be driving, and we'll all be driving at 60 miles an hour together, and then I'll have my friend hit the brakes and then have Ethan gas the Lamborghini so that we can make it almost as if the car is going, 100 plus miles an hour, in which it did. It helped out a lot. finished up, we brought the car back, we said thank you for all, letting this happen. He was none the wiser that we've been playing this dangerously with a car of this stature. So I edited the video, it came out the way I wanted it to be, and from there, I used that to basically market that I'm still doing automotive content, and I'm going to make that a priority for my future projects.